What is up, everybody? Today I'm going to be trying to rank up to S6. I have been there once before, and I think it's about time that I get back into that rank. Starting off the video and the quest to rank up, we get hole 10.
Nice shot.
Very straightforward hole. Looked like we had some funny hole placement though. But shouldn't be too big of a deal. Should be able to sink the birdie here nonetheless. And yeah, for stroke 2, I'll just adjust a little bit for the wind, give it about 3 dots of power. And that is a pretty good approach. Pretty close to a chip-in eagle, but just needed a little more power there. But it's all good as we get 10 points added to our score. And a number of birdies there, a few pars. Starting off the game tied for first place. For the second hole, we get hole 11. Should be a pretty easy hole, but let's look at the wind first. And only 2 miles an hour, so should be a pretty easy birdie here. We'll definitely try to line it up, see if we can sink the hole in one. In terms of power, I'm going to give it ever so slightly under full power.
Nice shot.
Ooh, it was close. Unfortunately, when we bounced a little bit to the right. So we missed the hole. But not a big deal, like I said. Safe birdie.
Nice birdie.
Which will give us 20 points after 2 holes. And still tied for first with 3 other people. That's to be expected after holes 10 and 11 with pretty easy wind. But 20 points going into the semifinals here, we get hole 2. Not my favorite hole placement, especially with wind that is directional and a headwind. So this is going to be a little bit tricky here. I think maybe 3.5 with the 5-iron. Probably enough, maybe slightly more.
Nice shot.
Pretty decent in terms of power, honestly.
Nice on.
But did not get the wind right. Didn't adjust nearly enough. So we're left with a bit of a tricky putt here. Ooh, that's tough. Didn't quite read the topography right and we lip out of the hole. So settling for par on this hole.
Nice par.
And that is going to put me in second place now. However, we still have 2 holes left to make up the 3-point deficit. We're going to be attempting that on hole 3 with almost max wind here.
Nice shot.
Ooh, that's a bit unfortunate. We don't make it on the fairway. So stroke 2, we're not going to have enough power to make it onto the next fairway, which is going to make our chip onto the green a little more difficult. So a bit unfortunate. But it looks like everyone else is on the rough as well, so I don't think anyone really has the advantage here for stroke 3. That was pretty close to the chip in.
Nice approach.
Not quite enough to get the eagle, but we will settle for birdie here. So I think we're still down. We are going to make it into the finals, but we're going to have to play catch up. And as expected, still down. So one more hole to make up a comeback here. We get hole 15 here with max wind. So the wind could be tricky, possibly causing some of these players to mess up.
Nice shot.
I'm going to have to make sure I secure the birdie though. Now we got really strong tailwind, so I'm thinking just over 3 dots. power pretty good.
Nice on.
Messed up the wind adjustment though. I thought it would carry me a little more, but I don't think it should be a big deal. We should be able to sink this birdie putt. And that is going to put us to a closest to the pin. See if we can secure first through that. So not the best game played, only 47 points. We are tied for first though, so we do have a chance to take the win and get the most rank out of this match. Our closest to the pin comes on hole 18. Pretty strong wind. Now power-wise, I'm going to go about 3¼ dots, maybe a little bit more. Just need to adjust for the wind properly here. And that was too much power. 20 feet away. I don't know if that's going to be enough for first. And it looks like it was enough for first. The other guy got 24 feet. So that'll be a little bit of rank. I don't think it's going to be enough to rank up because the lobby wasn't too high rated. Yep, and we're going to need one more game to rank up to S6. Let's play that right now. Alrighty, game number 2 here. We don't land in the best lobby, but you saw last game we are so close to S6. Even a win in this lobby should be enough to rank up. There were only 5 other A players. The rest were C or B. And once again, we are starting on hole 10. A little bit of different wind, a little bit different hole placement.
Nice shot.
But hole 10's not a bad hole to start off on. It's usually a pretty easy birdie. So it's a good way to get some momentum going for the rest of the match. You start off on a tough hole, you get par, maybe even a bogey on your first hole. Doesn't really set you up nicely for the rest of the game. So I won't complain about starting off on hole 10 or hole 1. But from here, I think I want about 2½ dots, maybe a little bit under. Close enough for the birdie.
Nice on.
Wasn't really close for the chip in eagle, but not a big deal. We sink birdie for the first hole of this game. So pretty much birdies all around. There was 1 par, but 7 birdies. We're going into the second hole, pretty much on square one, which happens to be hole 11 yet again. So 2 games in a row, we get the same 2 holes in the exact same order. Pretty slim chances of that happening. This happened in a recent video, and I asked what the statistics were. I think someone did the math, and it was like well less than 1% chances of this happening. With this wind, I'm just going to go full power with a 7-iron with backspin. Just got to make sure I get the wind right.
Nice shot.
Which I didn't really get the wind right.
Nice on.
14 feet away. It's a sinkable putt though. Which we do sink, so that'll be 20 points after 2 holes once again. Ooh, but this time, no one else birdied it except for the person who parred the last hole. So I do have a lead going into the semifinals now. That's a little bit different than last game. But we move on to hole 7. To be honest, I don't like seeing this hole. Right now, this is probably my least favorite hole. I probably go out of bounds on this hole probably 40% of the time. So for every 10 times I play this hole, I go out of bounds 4, maybe even 5 times. Kind of annoying to be honest, but today I'm just going to play this a little bit safe. I'm just going to look to get par. I'm not going to push this chip, this stroke 2 to try and get like a really nice approach for birdie putt. I do have a lead, and I don't need to give that up by attempting to extend the lead. So I'm going to go 3½ with backspin here. Maybe slightly under, but that should be enough to get me somewhere on that island.
Nice shot.
That was a little bit light, to be honest. Thankfully, it didn't matter, though.
Nice on.
Didn't really get the backspin. So good news is we're on the green. We're not out of bounds. And even if I miss this putt, that will be par, which I would be satisfied with. Ooh, that was actually pretty close. Looked like we dipped into the hole there, but just lipped out. I think we had a little bit too much power.
Nice par.
But look at this, only one person caught up to us, so I am still in first. Although I'm tied for first. It's not the end of the world, there's still 2 more holes left. I'm glad I didn't take a risk on that hole, because I could have been out of bounds, could have been down. But we are moving on to hole 9 for the 4th hole of this game. Strong headwind, so this is going to be tricky wind for the birdie.
Nice shot.
Or I guess it depends how stroke 2 goes. It's going to be tricky wind for stroke 2. Because since we're so far back, our ball is going to hit the trees right in front of us. And it could slow us down and drop us right down by the tree. So I'm probably going to go full power here. Because I'm expecting the tree to slow me down. But I want to have enough momentum to carry me down the fairway so I can chip onto the green.
Nice shot.
And there we go, that is exactly what happened. So we definitely got slowed down by the tree there from the looks of it. But we are in a great spot now. I'm going to go just over 3 dots with a 7-iron. I should roll up to the hole power-wise. Wind adjustment, a little bit difficult. I think that's enough. All in all, I'm satisfied with that shot. A little more power, we might have rolled in for the chip, but I should be able to sink this birdie and get myself back into first place. And I do just that.
Nice birdie.
And there it is, I'm at 37 after 4 holes once again. This time I have a 3-point lead, whereas last game I had a 3-point deficit. But this is the last hole. If I can maintain this lead, that'll be a win, and that will be enough to rank up to S6. That's what I'm going for here. Hole 3 is the only thing that's standing between me and S6. We got strong wind once again. So last match we had hole 3 with strong wind. This match we have hole 3 with strong wind.
Nice shot.
Don't know what the RNG is doing right now. But I'm playing fairly decent this video, so not a problem whatsoever.
Nice shot.
And a nice land on the fairway this time. So power-wise, I'll probably go just slightly under full power. I might even go full power because there is a bit of a headwind.
Nice shot.
Yeah, I guess full power would have been better, but
Nice on.
no problem. 20 feet away, relatively flat. Ooh, completely misread the green there. That wasn't even close. We end up 2 feet away after trying to putt. So settling for par here, I still think that's enough for the win. I wasn't paying attention to what everyone else got. And no, that's not enough for the win. So once again, we are going to a closest to the pin, this time on 44 points. So overall, not very good performances this video. We had 47 and then 44. Pretty bad scores, I would say, especially 44. But once again, I'm on hole 18 for the closest to the pin. What is this Nintendo RNG right now? However, at least this time I'm on a different area. And from here, very minimal wind. I don't know exactly what power to go here, but I'll probably just go somewhere under full power with the driver. And check that out. We just roll past our competitor's ball stealing the win right out of their hands. So that's going to be a first place. That is going to be a rank up. Let's take a look at how much we get. And back into S6. It does feel good to be back. Overall, don't feel very deserving of this rank because I played pretty poorly today. However, it was enough for the wins, it was enough to rank up, and I will be pushing into new ranks very soon. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, and I will see you in the next video.